Past lessons not learned. It is said that history does often repeat itself. Back in early 2000s, while campaigning for Idaho State Senate, I had the opportunity to meet a Jewish Holocaust survivor, recognizing her number tattooed on her arm. I felt personally ashamed for humanity. She explained that I shouldn't because I had nothing to do with it, and that happened before I was even born. However, I still felt ashamed because it seems humanity has still not learned its lesson. I contend this could be said to be a predictable reaction of the macro from the micro. I mention this because of the repeated cycle of circumstances and beliefs being outwardly professed in the world right now. Many of the same conditions, beliefs, and attitudes that are present in the world today are very similar to those that ultimately led to World War II. But unlike the past, these current alliances and sympathies are not easily defined by national borders as they once were in the past. This was mentioned in my previous writing entitled Coalitions and Alliances Crossing Over Borders in a New World. A link is provided at the end of this video. Along with this and technologies that are available to the common person today, along with the fact that human society, in general, has not outgrown their mob mentality, it makes it even more scary and dangerous. It is not the chaos and destruction that I primarily fear. It is the aftermath, if we survive. So, other than a potential extinction level event, it is another dark age that I fear. As I have said before in my previous writing, a new dark age. Again, a link is provided at the end of this video. I fear if we have another dark age, what will our starting over point be? Sure, there are those few that think starting over and rejecting certain things in our modern society would not be such a bad idea. My question to that is, at what point in the past should we revert to? Everyone has their own ideas about what is good and bad. Also, who is to say when history finally gets around to repeating itself, will the next test be one that we fail even more horribly? We tend not to learn from our lessons, even when we manage to remember our history. My hope is that there is the primitive instinct, potential, or drive to leave something behind for ourselves or others after we shuffle off our mortal coil. Is there a primitive instinct in most of us to live on, whether through some form of non-corporeal immortality or history? Also, there is the search for our own immortality, a more sophisticated drive that is found in many that pushes us forward to pass along whatever that may be. Whether it is through leaving a family, leaving a legacy, or contributing to something that we hope that will live beyond ourselves, most attempt to leave something behind. There is a primitive part of us that wants to pass along knowledge, legacy, family, children, genes, contributions, etc. Having children, wanting to achieve fame, fortune, some other form of acknowledgement by society, knowledge, contributing to monuments, physical or non-physical, some other form of contribution, or being remembered in some form or area of history, are all signs of these in my opinion. To counterbalance our destructive human nature, there is a primitive part of us to seek out or inspire more favorable opportunities or conditions. Even a child will create something or carve into a tree or desk in the hope that they will be remembered. They hope that it will be seen sometime in the future, even if the concepts of time frames are not completely understood by the child. The search for our own immortality, even if we may not realize it, can be an underlying drive and motivation. Societies or the individual attempting to leave a mark on history, whether it is embedded in the human condition of the individual or the society, shows the predictability of hope. And thank you again for your support with a like, subscription to this channel, listening to one of my many other recordings, posting a review for one of my many ebooks, or financially contributing through my PayPal or Patreon page. Links are found here and on my website. I hope you enjoy.